Hello everybody out there watching on YouTube, and welcome to race number 15 of Season 9 of the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series. I am Levi McIntyre, the voice of the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series, here to welcome you to the Hollywood Casino 400 at the best mile-and-a-half track we go to every season, Kansas Speedway. 40 laps of racing, should be another standard Kansas race, great racing, a lot of passing, the whole 9 yards. But the starting lineup for today, starting in the last row, James Qualls, Ashlyn Boyd, top 10. Seth Cole is on the pole for today, his first of the season. Starting next to him, Dylan Young. Row 2, Dylan Jacobs, Michael Norman. Row 3, Jesse Turner, Jay Jefferson. Row 4, the points leader, Scott Groverston, Ryan Acosta. And then row 5, Adam Garcia and Cole Deaver. Let's get the command to fire engines for the Hollywood Casino 400 at Kansas.
Drivers, start your engines.
So all 40 drivers now on the racetrack for the pace lap, and I've noticed a very good qualifying effort on the part of Shadow Called Racing. The 4 of the 5 drivers had qualified in, Jacobs, Groverston, excuse me, Jefferson, and Forbes, all qualified in the top 15, with Jacobs 3rd, Jefferson 6th, Groverston 7th, and then you see Jordan Forbes in that 39 back there and around 14th, so all 4 drivers that are in this race for Shadow Called Racing qualified top 15, so perhaps one of them could pull off the W. We'll just have to wait and see. But Seth Cole is determined to get his first win of the season, the defending series champion, looking for win number 1 here in Season 9 and hope to get on a roll to go for championship number 2. Pace car is in pit road, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to boogity, 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 go racing. Seth Cole leads the first lap here at Kansas, as we're already seeing a lot of position shuffling going on throughout the field, as there you see Dylan Young making a big move to go by Dylan Jacobs to get up to 2nd. And as you can tell, it's very self-cleaning as far as position swapping goes. It's like no matter where you go, you can make moves. Well, particularly you want to be on the bottom to go for something like that. 3 wide for the 2nd spot. Dylan Young was forced up high. Adam Garcia was in the middle, but Zachary Fitzwater, who comes in this race 2nd in points, 58 points behind Scott Groverston. So Fitzwater starting to lose a little bit of the plot, at least heading into the race, but right now having a great run going here in the beginning here at Kansas, running in 2nd. And yeah, I noticed we're getting close to the halfway point of the season. In fact, after next week's events, it will be halfway through Season 9. And then just a reminder that after Season 9 concludes, for 10 weeks, we're going to have a race every week for the NXT-Truck Series. And I see we are under caution for the first time. And whoa, looks like a big wreck here in turns 1 and 2. It goes on forever. Jesse Turner with big-time damage. Matt McIntyre, huge front-end damage to Jonathan Zorling's car. Johnny Gardner was in there. Michael Norman, top 5 in points, was in it. Jay Jefferson was also involved. So it looks like a big multi-car accident happened in turns 1 and 2. And looks like it wasn't as big as I thought, but maybe just a lot of spinning and tire smoke everywhere, but nobody comes in the pit road right now. Seth Cole is going to still be the leader, so let's take a look and see what brought the caution out for the first time today here at Kansas. So here's a look at how this all unfolded. So this was around mid-pack, around the 18th spot, 4 wide between Jesse Turner, Johnny Gardner, Jonathan Zorlean, and Keith Miller Jr. And it looks like Zorlean's trying to make room for Keith Miller Jr. to get back on the track, but ends up running up into Johnny Gardner, and they all collide, get up into the outside wall. Zorlean actually gets some air for a moment. Mitchell Collins actually got a little piece of that wreck. And then Norman and Jefferson and McIntyre all try to go to the outside to miss it, but they just come sliding back up the track, and that's how the 14, the 21, and the 01 end up getting collected, and they mostly just got crunched up into the outside wall. Norman and Jefferson I would expect to still be up to speed. McIntyre might be questionable, but definitely Gardner, Turner, and especially Zorlean will be off the pace, and maybe Zorlean might be done for today as the damage he sustained on the front end is quite big. In fact, let's watch and see how the 00 got his damage, and it's going to come when he slides up into Jay Jefferson, hitting Jefferson in the driver's side door, and that's how all that unfolded. So yeah, just a case of 4 wide going wrong, where Zorlean tried to give room to Keith Miller Jr., but ends up colliding into Gardner up in the Turner, and then they slide up the track collecting McIntyre, Norman, and Jefferson. So a 6 to 7 car accident here at Kansas, but let's take you to the restart here at Kansas. Well, after that first caution, we have one driver out of the race, and that is Jonathan Zorlean. So yet again, another bottom 5 day for the 00 team. Excuse me. Anyways, nobody came into pit road under caution, so the field's still the same as it was when the caution came out. Seth Cole's still your race leader. Second is Adam Garcia. Third is Zachary Fitzwater. Fourth is our winner from our previous race, Caleb Kilburn. Fifth, Joey Parkhill. Sixth is Trey Wright. Seventh, Cole Deaver. Eighth, Alexander Rowe. Ninth, Dylan Young. 10th, Alyssa Drayson. 11th, Raphael Leduc. 12th, Austin LaPlante. 13th, Dylan Jacobs. 14th, Daniel Bouchard. 15th, Ryan Acosta. 16th, Quentin Moore. 17th, Charles Belding. 18th, Melissa Alexander. 19th, Jessica Shelton. 20th is Charles Sanford. 21st, Henry Sanford. 22nd, Dylan Poteet. 23rd, James Qualls. 24th, Daniel Voiles. And then 25th, Ashlyn Boyd. Rest of the field, Kyle Matthews, William Brock, Cody Lamas, Scott Groverston, Keith Miller Jr., Mitchell Collins, Carson Gum, Jordan Forbes, Aaron Macklin, Matt McIntyre, Jay Jefferson, Johnny Gardner, Michael Norman, and Jesse Turner. Green flag is back out here at Kansas, and Seth Cole didn't get off to a very good jump right there on that restart. Garcia managed to get a really good jump, but didn't quite capitalize on making a move, at least not there. Maybe here going into turn 3 he might make something work, as Seth Cole has so far led every lap here at Kansas, mostly down to the fact that we was under caution just now. But now here comes Garcia coming off of turn 4 with a big run going down to the apron to make a move. Although Seth Cole for the moment holds off the 28, as he does have a bit of that clean air advantage, but Garcia couldn't quite stick it down low far enough, and now that's going to cost him, as here comes Trey Wright in the 33. Now he's actually going for a super move, as he's now to the inside of the 25 to get the lead for himself. And Trey Wright, this is only his 7th start of not only the season, but of his career. And as I pointed out, quite a bunch of drivers this season are going to be racing in that NXT Dash series during the off-season between Season 9 and Season 10 of Marvel Studios Cup. Raphael Leduc, on the other hand, will be back in Season 10 in that same number 16, and Leduc so far has had a very good start to the season here in the first half. Won back at Bristol, currently 4th in the championship standings. He is desperate to get his first ever Marvel Studios Cup Series championship. Could this season be the time for LeDuc to shine? We just have to keep watching the rest of the season to find out. Melissa Alexander, who restarted, I believe, 18th, all the way up here to 2nd here within this quick green flag run that just started. And now the 78 is going to have a huge run to the inside of Rafael LeDuc, moved the 78 of Melissa to the race lead. And Melissa Alexander's been getting a bit of momentum, moved up to 13th in points, comes in 20 points outside the top 10, as she is looking for the 2nd win of the season for Zev Bellringer Enterprises, as Alyssa Drayson won recently. I'm trying to remember what a race it was. It was Darlington that she picked up the win at recently, whereas Melissa and her husband Joey Parkhill haven't won a race yet this season. Could today be that day? But Rafael LeDuc is looking for win number 2 of the season for himself, as he's closing back in on the 78. And also, look who's in 3rd, ironically enough, in the number 3, Cole Deaver. And he's been gradually moving his way through to get into the top 30 in points, but he does come into this race 50 points outside of 30th, so he's still got a lot of work ahead of him. He still has to qualify for races, but right now having a solid day going up here in the top 5, and he's hoping to maintain the top 5 and hopes that he can close in a lot on that 30th spot in points. Meanwhile, a big 3-wide pass made by Cody Lamas, and this is Lamas' 6th start this season. And he's been desperate to try and show some sort of value, as he was 2nd in points last season, missed the championship by 1 point. By just 1 point, and so far this season, he's just not had very good luck with qualifying, and this is his first start in quite a while. Right now running fairly strong in the top 10. As positions are really shuffling up here at the front, as Trey Wright took the lead away from Rafael LeDuc, and now LeDuc's slipping really far back now, as Lama's going to go to the inside to get to 3rd, and then a couple other contenders, Jordan Forbes in the 39 especially, working his way up through the field. And Jordan Forbes, who comes in 25th in points, trying to look for as I'm trying to double check everything, trying to go for win number 3 for Shadow Cole Racing. As remember, Groverston's gotten 2 wins this season. Jefferson hasn't won yet. Riley Henry hasn't won yet. Dylan Jacobs hasn't won yet. And Jordan Forbes hasn't won yet. As Jordan Forbes, as he did lose a ton of spots, falls back to 9th for now, and there was a little bit of contact right there between Daniel Bouchard and Seth Cole. That cost Seth Cole a couple of spots, as Bouchard is a man on a mission right now, trying to get up through the field and get to the lead. And Bouchard has actually been getting a bit of momentum himself, moved up to 12th in the point standings, and he's looking for his first career win, and he will actually be returning to that number 19 car next season in Season 10. So Daniel Bouchard trying to impress going into... Shut up, Otis. Going into Season 10, and whoa, nearly made contact with Melissa Alexander to get to the lead for himself, but they are going to be catching the slow car of Jesse Turner. Meanwhile, McIntyre and Gardner aren't as slow as I thought they would be. Norman and Jefferson are a tad off the pace as a result of all the mayhem that happened early in the race with that first caution. There's Jesse Turner. I was trying to look to see where Turner was and watch how drivers are going to maneuver their way around him. Oh wait, are we under caution? Yeah, we are under caution. I wonder what for. Ooh, looks like a big wreck with James Qualls and Michael Norman involved. Might have been a case of somebody getting turned around. It might have been it was right here in 3 and 4. Might have been a case of Qualls getting turned and Norman having nowhere to go and making contact with Qualls. I have a feeling that is what the case is, but everybody's coming into pit road, so that definitely tells me it's going to be a one-stop race. And thankfully for everybody, it's under caution, so we wouldn't have to worry about green flag pit stops. Well, here's a look at what happened. So going into turn 3, Alexander Rowe is trying to make a move on James Qualls, although Qualls, it looked like he was coming down to block the 66, but just made not enough room. And it ends up causing the 66 to get into the 70, which turns Qualls hard into the outside wall. But here's where the real crazy stuff's going to come in. Watch Michael Norman. He's coming in. Qualls is spinning down the track. Big contact, completely ripping the rear bumper off of the 70 car and the whole left rear quarter panel right there. But the crazy part of this is, we're going to go to Michael Norman. Watch how hard he hits the 70. Really hard, and then as he gets wobbly on the apron, it causes him to go for a quick barrel roll. And he made hard enough impact on the asphalt that it dented the roof and the roll cage a little bit, but luckily for Norman, he's okay. But yeah, that was a pretty big crash in terms of the impact given between the two drivers. Completely ripping the left rear quarter panel and rear bumper off of the 70, and I'm shocked it didn't rip out the entire passenger side, sheet metal wise, off of the 21. But let's go ahead and take you to the restart here at Kansas. Well, as a result of that second caution, 2 more drivers are out of the race, and they include Michael Norman and James Qualls as they join Jonathan Zorline, Jesse Turner being 1 lap down. But when we get back to racing, it'll be 14 laps to go. Daniel Bouchard is leading, 2nd is Melissa Alexander, 3rd Seth Cole, 4th Dylan Young, 5th Raphael Leduc. 6th is Dylan Poteet, 7th Charles Belding, 8th Jessica Sheldon, 9th Keith Miller Jr., 10th Cody Lamas. 11th Trey Wright, 12th Austin LaPlante, 13th Quentin Moore, 14th Dylan Jacobs, 15th Aaron Macklin, 16th Charles Sanford, 17th Cole Deaver, 18th William Brock, 19th Jordan Forbes, 20th Ashland Boyd, 21st Joey Parkhill, 22nd Henry Sanford, 23rd Carson Gum, 24th Caleb Kilburn, 25th Adam Garcia, 26th is Kyle Matthews, 27th Mitchell Collins, 28th Daniel Voiles, 29th Alyssa Drayson, 30th Ryan Acosta. Rest of the lead lap cars, Alexander Rowe, Zachary Fitzwater, Scott Groverston, Johnny Gardner, Matt McIntyre, and Jay Jefferson. Seth Cole, man, wow, he nearly crashed into Melissa Alexander. A little bit of contact. Oh, what in the world? Daniel Bouchard coming in the pit road. Did they not get enough gas in the tank or something? I don't know, but that is huge. Daniel Bouchard. I'm going to assume he probably didn't get enough gas in the tank of that car because Man, that is huge heartbreak for the 19 team, and ends up handing the lead over to Seth Cole now. As a result, I am stunned, surprised by that. That's a... Oh, and oh, that might have been the lucky break for the 19 as the caution is out, as I just saw a massive crash. The big one here on the front stretch, and more contact. Dylan Poteet, Caleb Kilburn, Adam Garcia, Cole Deaver, Ryan Acosta, Mitchell Collins, Quentin Moore, Jesse Turner, among a few others involved in this one. And that might have been a lucky break for the 19 of Daniel Bouchard, although I don't know if he's going to get his lap back or not, because the caution came out right after the leaders came across the start-finish line. So I think Bouchard, I thought that would have been a lucky break for the 19, but unfortunately it's not the case, so he's going to end up being stuck a lap down now. As a result, look at the damage on the 99 machine. I don't think I've seen a car as tore up like that here at Kansas in a while, besides maybe Qualls, but yeah, Kilburn, massive damage. But Austin LaPlante is your leader. Let's take a look and see what brought the caution out for the third time today here at Kansas. Well, here's a look at what happened. So this was inside the top 10, as Melissa Alexander did not get a very good restart. And then you're going to see contact. Charles Belding gets into his teammate Dylan Poteet, then down into Jordan Forbes. And that's what's going to send the 31 spinning around, and then he's going to come back up into traffic. First Henry Sanford, then Adam Garcia, then there's the big damage from Caleb Kilburn's machine. Dylan Jacobs gets a piece of it, goes right rear first into the wall, and then you're going to see the field the track get a little bit blocked as you see the contact with Acosta, Moore, Deaver, Kyle Matthews getting involved. There's Mitchell Collins' contact. And then Johnny Gardner gets a piece of it. Jay Jefferson, I think, gets involved slightly. Jesse Turner is going to get some contact here as he's trying to turn up, and Quentin Moore's trying to go through the outside, and then right there to contact that actually sent the 17 airborne for a moment. But I'm going to watch Caleb Kilburn's perspective from the helicopter cam to watch the damage he takes. First right into the front end of Dylan Poteet, and then he's going to get hit big time by Cole Deaver, and then hard driver side first into the outside safer barrier on the front stretch. And then just more calamity taking place. Alexander Rowe actually gets turned sideways by Scott Groverston for a moment. There's the 66, so I need to keep an eye on the 66 here. Does he get woed down enough to avoid hitting anybody? That's the question, because I remember the last time something like this happened, it ended up being a very, very bad deal. Looks like he got it woed down enough to not run into anybody. So great save by the 66, otherwise that could have been dangerous. But with that said, let's take a look, or actually take you to the restart here at Kansas. Well, after that third caution, we got a few more cars out of the race. Adam Garcia and Caleb Kilburn are going to be the lucky ones to still get points, but Ryan Acosta and Dylan Poteet, on the other hand, got bottom 5, so they join Norman, Qualls, and Zorline out of the race. When we get back to racing, 7 more laps left. Hopefully we can finish this race under green. Austin LaPlante currently leads. Second is Seth Cole. Third, Rafael LeDuc. Fourth, Charles Sanford. Fifth, Jessica Shelton. Sixth is William Brock. Seventh, Joey Parkhill. Eighth, Dylan Young. Ninth, Ashlyn Boyd. 10th, Aaron Macklin. 11th is Melissa Alexander. 12th, Charles Belding. 13th, Henry Sanford. 14th, Cody Lamas. 15th, Keith Miller Jr. 16th, Dylan Jacobs. 17th is Jordan Forbes. 18th, Carson Gum. 19th, Cole Deaver. 20th, Alyssa Drayson. 21st, Quentin Moore. 22nd, Daniel Voiles. 23rd, Alexander Rowe. 24th, Kyle Matthews. 25th, Scott Groverston. 26th is Zachary Fitzwater. 27th, Trey Wright. 28th, Johnny Gardner. 29th, Jay Jefferson. And then 30th, Matt McIntyre. 31st, Mitchell Collins. Everybody else in between, Daniel Bichard and Jesse Turner, are still a lap down. Back underway here at Kansas, Austin LaPlante, not a very good jump on that restart, and Seth Cole going to capitalize with a crossover move to take the lead back. And remember, Seth Cole is our pole sitter, led much of the first 6 laps of the race, trying to go for win number 1 here in Season 9, but you got a few contenders wanting to shake things up. Charles Sanford trying to go for win number 1 this season, but William Brock trying to go for win number 2 this season. He's the only driver up here in the top 5 right now that has won a race this season. Everybody else trying to search for win number 1 of the season. And whoa, how about Aaron Macklin, who's been getting on a bit of a roll over the past few races, getting some good finishes after a very much a struggle for himself. After winning the Daytona 500, past few races he's gotten some good finishes. Maybe he's going to go for win number 2 here today. We'll see. Currently up here in 3rd, looking to go for a move to the inside of Seth Cole, perhaps. Although he doesn't quite do it just now, but Seth Cole going to the inside of William Brock to take the lead back, and Aaron Macklin going to capitalize on that and get to 2nd. And it's now 4 laps to go here at Kansas. Time is running out, and I feel like if we get another caution, the race is going to be done under caution. We wouldn't be able to get back to racing. But positions continue to just shuffle up here in the top 5, although 1st and 2nd is staying relatively the same for the time being. But now Keith Miller Jr. in that 15 looking to go for something here as he's trying to get to 2nd. As Rafael Leduc, who's been pretty much in the top 10 all day long, now moving back up to 3rd. Excuse me. As he just passed Aaron Macklin, as Macklin slips back quite a bit. And whoa, Leduc tried to shut the door on the 77 of Joey Parkhill, but Parkhill's like, no way, Jose. I'm getting that spot whether you like it or not. As Parkhill using the apron to get a little bit of extra speed, and it's going to pay off for now as he's to the inside of the 16. And now, with less than 2 to go, Keith Miller Jr. to the inside of Seth Cole for the lead. But Parkhill is getting up there pretty fast. Joey Parkhill up to 2nd, Keith Miller Jr. currently leading, but we're about to get the white flag. White flag is out here at Kansas. Keith Miller Jr. leading, Joey Parkhill in 2nd, and then a 3-wide battle for 3rd. Rafael Leduc made a bonsai pass to get up there, and he's trying to get up to 2nd now. And he's going to be on the inside of Parkhill, but can he also catch Keith Miller Jr. to get the win? I don't know, it's going to be close, but Leduc's going for it. Gun ready to come across the line. Checkered flag waving, photo finish, but Keith Miller Jr. by just a small margin is going to win the Hollywood Casino 400 at Kansas. Another photo finish this season. Huge last lap drama. But Keith Miller Jr. managed to hold off Rafael Leduc to win his first race of the season and the 4th overall win for Toyota Racing Development. Great job by Keith Miller Jr. I don't know how he pulled it off, but he pulled it off. But let's look at the rest of the results. Rafael Leduc, man, if he had just made that move just about a second sooner, he might have had the win. But still, great points day, finishing in 2nd. I feel like he's going to perhaps take 2nd in points over, as a lot of the front runners in the point standings did not run that great. But Leduc, phenomenal run in the 2nd spot. Highest finishing rookie, Daniel Voiles, trying to get back on a momentum streak again, finishing strong in 3rd. Joey Parkhill with his 2nd top 5 finish of the season in 4th. And William Brock with a solid run in 5th. Jessica Shelton finishing with another top 10 finish in the 6th spot. Ashlyn Boyd, the only other top 5 driver in points with a good run, finishing in 7th. Austin LaPlante with a great run in 8th. Great comeback run for Carson Gum, finishing in 9th, and then Seth Cole with yet another top 10 in the 10th spot. Then there is the rest of your top 20, top 30, and then the bottom 5 for this week were Ryan Acosta, Dylan Poteet, Michael Norman, James Qualls, and Jonathan Zorline. So that does it for our coverage here today at Kansas. This upcoming Monday, we get race number 16, but until then, here is Keith Miller's Victory Burnout and the point standings heading into the race on Monday. And this is Levi McIntyre, signing off.